So how can you create a brand personality that is going to attract your ideal customers? Well, first of all, what is a brand personality? Well, for most of the guys who I talk to, the one-man bands, the new startups, for us, your brand personality is going to be very much linked to you because the brand personality are the human traits that you wish for people to understand about your business. It's very much about the communication, about the perception, about the feelings that you want people to have about your business. Now, in other words, this is the emotional impact of your business on the outside world. And you really want that brand to mean something. You don't want to be bland. You don't want to be just fitting in. You want to be standing out. You want to be noticed. You want people to like you. Well, how do you go about creating this brand personality? First of all, it's really important to understand who it is that you're looking to attract and why those people are going to want to work with you. When I'm working with somebody, I always ask them, so who's your target market? And they tell me they want to work with this bunch of people. And then my next question is always, well, how do they need to feel about you to want to work with you? So the first thing I really want you to do is to think about a whole bunch of adjectives that you want people to use when they describe you and your business and what it's like for them to work with your business. And these words will be the words that describe why they even want to work with you. So their perception of you might be that you are bold, that you're helpful, that you're serious, that you're fun, that you're imaginative, creative. You might be innovative, you might be mature and calm, or you might be rough and tumble and crazy. But each one of those kind of words has its own perception, its own personality. So I'm going to put together a whole list of adjectives for you that you can have a look at and pick some out. Pick out the ones for you that your customers need to feel about you, because they have this need and you have this solution, and the reason they believe that you are their solution is because of the way they feel about you. Now, people buy 80% on emotion, which is backed up by 20% logic. So it's really that emotion of the personality. I mean, you know, from dealing with people, it's always, how do you feel about that person? So giving your brand a personality of its own gives people the opportunity to really connect and really decide that they want to work with you. Now, there's a thin line between your brand personality and your brand identity, because you know the brand identity is what you look at to help you understand the personality. So your logo, your website, your social media posts, all of those things help you to attract customers, because when they look at those things, they're deciding whether they want to work with you or not. And the reason why they're attracted to you is because they feel something when they see all these things. So for you, you need to decide, well, how do I want to make them feel before you've designed your logo, before you're putting out your posts? How do you want to make people feel? And that's the personality then that you kind of inject into everything. And it's really useful for you to understand the personality, so you can then be consistent about how you use your personality, how you talk to people, what's your tone of voice, what's your message, and how do people know what to feel about you, because you know what you're trying to say, so you know how you're going to put it across, so you know what you want it to look like. It's all really, really linked. But first of all, back to the beginning. Define that personality and what you think people will love about your brand. Hope that helps. I shall see you next week.